at our first example for these word problems here. So again, just go with your steps for success. The first one is always to assess the situation. What's the question asking? What's it giving me? Read it a couple times. Make sense of what's going on before just jumping into it. So Roger is a farmer who sells and delivers hay bales. He charges a $45 delivery fee, and he charges $2.75 for each bale. If the customer's bill or their total was $2.65, how many hay bales did Roger sell to this customer? Write a let statement and equation to solve the problem. So, okay. Keywords. We got some. We got highlights. We're okay. When you're looking at fluff is anything that doesn't matter. Fluff is anything that we really don't care about. Like, we don't really care that Roger's a farmer or whatever. Well, we care about is what the question's asking us. So our second thing here is to define the variable and write a let statement. The let statement always comes right from the question. Let's make a little note of that real quick. The let statement comes from the question. So if you could determine what the question's asking you to find, then you can write a let statement based on that. So this question's asking me, how many bales of hay did Roger sell to this customer? So it's asking me about the number of hay bales. So that leads me to believe that I can write down let X equal the number of hay bales. Okay, right from the problem there. How many bales of hay? That's what it's asking me. That's where my let statement comes from. Boom, you got a point. So the next part is writing the equation. So we know we need to have an equal sign, and we know we need to use our variable somewhere. The easiest thing to start with is deciding what your total is. What's going to be on the other side of your equal sign. That's got to be your total, right? It's got to equal like a total. Well, which of these numbers is like my total? That 265 is like my total. And an equation is always equal to a total. It's equal to a total. It's equal to a total. So whatever my equation is going to be on the other side, I know it's going to be equal to that 265. Well, how do I get up to that total? Total tells us to add, right? So what do I need to add together? Well, probably those other two pieces, right? The $45 delivery fee and the $2.75 for each bale. Which one of those pieces is the one that's going to get the X? And you use what your X represents. Our let statement says X is the number of hay bales, which means which one of those numbers is talking about hay bales. The $45 is a delivery fee, but the $2.75 is what's happening each bale of hay that you purchase. So that's the piece that gets put on with the X. So we have 275X multiplication, because for each bale. So if it's 2 hay bales, then it's 275s. If it's 3, then 3, and so on and so forth. And then you just need to add in your delivery fee plus that $45 delivery fee. Boom. Now we need to solve that. That's a 2-step equation that you guys are pretty darn good at so far. So get that X term by itself first by dealing with the 45. Minus 45 to both sides. And you end up with that 275X equals, remember, line down the center. Positive and negative 45 cancel out. 265 minus 45 ends up to be 220. That 2.75 is being multiplied by X, so the inverse of multiplication is division. And in my calculator, 220 divided by 2.75 ends up with X equals 80. So again, we're not quite done. You're still going to lose a point if you just leave it there. You've got to give me an answer sentence because X doesn't just equal 80 because 80 is something. 80 represents something. So the question was asking me how many bales of hay Roger sold. So Roger sold 80 bales of hay. Boom. And it can be that simple. It doesn't have to get any, you don't have to get anything extravagant. Roger sold 80 bales of hay. Boom. Done. Example 1.